Um, excuse me? I hope you don't mind me coming over here like this. I know it's a little, well, different from our usual routine. I've been watching you come in here every Tuesday and Thursday for, what, 3 months now? And you always sit at this same table, always order the same medium dark roast with just a splash of cream. But today you seemed, I don't know, maybe a little more thoughtful than usual. I probably sound ridiculous right now, don't I? It's just that I've noticed you always bring a different book with you. And today, when you were reading, you had this expression on your face that was so concentrated, but peaceful at the same time. Like whatever you were reading was taking you somewhere really good. I hope that doesn't sound creepy or anything. I promise I'm not like studying all our customers or something. You just, you have this presence. Very calm. It's nice having you here. Actually, can I ask what you're reading today? I saw the cover when I brought your coffee over, but I couldn't quite make out the title from that angle. I'm always curious about what draws people in, what makes them lose track of time the way you do when you're reading. I should probably get back to the counter soon, but I just, I wanted to say that it's nice having you as part of our little coffee shop family here. You bring this quiet energy that I really appreciate. So, um, what do you think? About the book, I mean? Is it one of those stories that just pulls you right in? Oh, you don't mind me staying for a minute? That's really sweet of you to say. I have to admit, I was a little nervous walking over here. I mean, I talk to customers all the time, but usually it's just the whole order taking, have a nice day kind of thing. This feels, well, it feels different somehow. You know what's funny? I actually started making your coffee before you even got to the counter today. I saw you walk through the door and thought, medium dark roast with just a splash of cream. I hope that's not too presumptuous of me. It's just nice having someone so consistent in a world where everyone seems to change their mind about everything constantly. Are you having a good day so far? I mean, besides getting lost in whatever story you're reading over there, you seemed pretty absorbed in it when I was wiping down the tables earlier. I kept trying not to interrupt your concentration, but I have to say, watching someone really enjoy a good book is one of my favorite things about working here. Actually, can I ask you something? Do you work around here? Or do you just come to this neighborhood for the coffee? I'm curious because you always seem so relaxed when you're here, like you're not rushing off to some meeting or stressing about deadlines. It's refreshing, honestly. Most people are checking their phones every 2 seconds or typing frantically on their laptops. I hope I'm not keeping you from anything important. Are you in any kind of rush today? Or do you have a few minutes to just, I don't know, chat? It's been such a quiet afternoon, and talking with you feels like a nice change of pace from the usual coffee shop small talk. I hope this doesn't sound weird, but I've actually noticed quite a few things about your routine here, like how you always choose that same corner table by the window, and you fold your napkin into this perfect little square when you're done, and you have this way of really listening when people talk to you. Even when Mrs. Henderson was going on and on about her cat last week, you just sat there with this patient smile, nodding at all the right moments. Most people would have put their headphones in or buried their face in their phone, but not you. Oh God, I'm making myself sound like some kind of creepy stalker, aren't I? I promise I'm not watching you or anything weird like that. It's just that when you work somewhere long enough, you start to notice the people who make the place feel a little warmer, you know? You're one of those people. There's something really calming about the way you move through the world, like you're not in a constant rush to be somewhere else. You actually seem present in the moment, which is so rare these days. I bet you're the kind of person who still writes thank you notes by hand and remembers people's birthdays without Facebook reminding you. Am I close? I also noticed you always leave your change in the tip jar, even when it's just a few cents. And last month, when that college student spilled coffee all over his textbooks, you quietly slipped him some napkins and helped him clean up without making a big deal about it. Does it bother you that I've picked up on these little details? I really hope I'm not coming across as intrusive. It's just nice to see someone who moves through the world with such genuine kindness. I think there's something else I should tell you, though. Something more specific about why I finally worked up the courage to come over here today. It's not just that you seem like a genuinely good person, though you absolutely do. And it's not just that I've been curious about you for months, watching you read different books and wondering what goes through your mind when you stare out that window. Can I be completely honest with you for a minute? I mean, really honest? The truth is, I've been wanting to talk to you for so long, but I kept chickening out. Every single day you'd come in, order your usual, and I'd rehearse conversations in my head while I made your coffee. I'd think of clever things to say or interesting questions to ask, but then you'd smile and say thank you, and I'd just freeze up and hand you your drink like always. My coworker Sarah has been teasing me about it for weeks. She says I get this dopey look on my face whenever you walk through the door. And honestly, she's probably right. I've never been great at hiding my feelings, but today felt different somehow. Maybe it's because it's been such a quiet afternoon, or maybe I finally just got tired of wondering what if. And you know that feeling when you realize you're going to regret not doing something more than you'd regret actually doing it? So here's the thing I've been trying to work up the nerve to say. I was wondering if maybe, possibly, you'd like to grab coffee somewhere else sometime, somewhere where I'm not the one making it, and we could actually have a real conversation. I know that probably sounds like just a friendly suggestion, but I need to be completely transparent with you because I can't keep pretending anymore. What I'm really asking is if you'd like to go on a date with me, a real date. Because somewhere between your first visit and today, I developed the biggest crush on you, and it's been driving me absolutely crazy keeping it to myself. I know this might be totally out of left field for you. You probably just see me as the girl who makes your coffee and knows your order by heart. But every time you walk in here, my heart does this ridiculous little flutter thing, and I find myself looking forward to those 30 seconds of interaction more than anything else in my day. It started so innocently, too. At first, I just thought you seemed nice, polite, different from the usual rush of customers who barely look up from their phones. But then I started noticing little things about you. The way you always say please and thank you, like you really mean it. How you sometimes get this faraway look when you're thinking. The fact that you read actual books instead of just scrolling through your phone. And then one day, you smiled at me. Really smiled. Not just that polite customer service smile. And I realized I was in trouble because I couldn't stop thinking about that smile for the rest of my shift. I'm terrified you're going to say no. Honestly, or worse, that this makes things weird and you'll stop coming in altogether. But I couldn't live with myself if I didn't at least try to find out if maybe, just maybe, you felt even a fraction of what I've been feeling. So, there it is. My cards are completely on the table now. Oh my god, you're smiling. You're actually smiling. And I feel like I can breathe again for the first time in 10 minutes. I was so scared I'd just made the most embarrassing mistake of my life. My hands are still shaking. Look at them. But that look on your face right now, it's giving me hope that maybe I didn't completely misread everything between us. You know, I've been carrying this around for months now. Months of wondering what it would feel like to finally say it out loud, to stop pretending I was just being friendly when really I was memorizing every little detail about you. And now that it's out there, floating in the air between us, it feels so much lighter somehow. Are you okay with this? With me feeling this way about you? Because I need to know that I haven't just completely changed the dynamic of your favorite coffee spot. This place should still feel comfortable for you, no matter what happens next. I keep trying to read your expression, and I think I see something there that looks like relief, maybe even a little bit of happiness, or am I just projecting? Because that's what I'm desperately hoping to see. God, listen to me. I'm rambling again. It's just that this moment feels so surreal. All those times I practiced what I might say if I ever got brave enough, and none of my imaginary conversations went quite like this. You're being so much kinder about it than I even dared to hope for. So, what happens now? Do you need time to think about it? Or do you already know how you feel? Because honestly, just knowing that my confession didn't send you running for the door feels like a victory in itself. You know what I'm realizing right now? Ah, we've been having all these conversations in here, but I don't actually know what you do with the rest of your day after you leave with your coffee. Do you head straight to work? Or do you have one of those jobs where you get to wander around the city? Maybe sit in a park somewhere and people watch? I've always been curious about that part of your routine because I have this little fantasy sometimes where instead of watching you disappear through that door every morning, maybe one day I could actually see what comes next. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Would you maybe want to get coffee somewhere else sometime? I know that sounds ridiculous coming from someone who literally makes coffee for a living, but I mean, like, as actual people instead of barista and customer. There's this little place about 6 blocks from here that does these amazing cinnamon rolls. And they have these tiny tables by the window where you can watch the whole neighborhood wake up. I've been wanting to check it out, but going alone always felt a little too pathetic, even for me. I'm picturing us sitting there, and for once, I wouldn't have to worry about the line building up behind you or remembering to ask if you want your receipt. We could just talk, you know, about real things, not just whether you want an extra shot today. And maybe I'd finally get to hear what your laugh sounds like when you're not trying to be polite to the girl making your morning caffeine fix. I bet it's completely different when you're actually relaxed. So, what do you think? Saturday morning, maybe around 10? We could make it our own little coffee adventure. Thank you for saying yes. I mean, I was hoping you would. But there's always that little voice in the back of your head that whispers all the ways things could go wrong, you know? But the way you smiled just now, it made everything feel so much lighter. I've been thinking about this moment for weeks, actually months, if I'm being completely honest with myself. All those mornings, watching you come through that door, wondering if you ever thought about me after you left, wondering if I was just another face in your routine. And now here we are, making actual plans together. I know I probably seem a little scattered right now, but I'm just really happy. There's something about you that makes me want to be braver than I usually am. Like maybe all those quiet conversations we've had over coffee cups were building up to something real. Saturday morning feels like forever from now, but also like it's coming too fast. I keep imagining us sitting by that window, and for the first time, I won't have to steal glances at you between customers. We can just be ourselves, without the counter between us or the espresso machine humming in the background. You should probably have my number, shouldn't you? In case something comes up, or if you want to change the time, or honestly, even if you just want to say hello before Saturday. I'd really like that, actually. It would be nice to hear from you when I'm not expecting it. I hope you know that this means something to me, not just the coffee date, but the fact that you listened when I finally worked up the courage to ask, that you saw something worth saying yes to. So I'll see you Saturday at 10 at that little place with the cinnamon rolls and the perfect window seats. And maybe by then I'll have figured out how to have a normal conversation without my heart doing these little flip flops every time you look at me. Though honestly, I kind of hope that part never goes away completely.